One drop. It weighs 0.03 milligrams. The Draa-Tafilalet region of southern Morocco, one of the highest natural densities of Leiurus Quinquestriatus, the Deathstalker scorpion, in the world. 80 Deathstalker scorpions, each one housed in an individual sealed terrarium, each one catalogued, named, and tracked for venom yield over their entire captive life. Leiurus Quinquestriatus, the Deathstalker. Its name translates from Latin as five-striped mud wrestler. It is 6 to 8 centimeters long, pale yellow-gold in color. The female Deathstalker produces significantly more venom than the male, and is the primary subject of this facility's harvest program. The telson contains 2 separate venom glands, one producing the venom itself, one producing a carrier fluid that maintains the venom's viscosity for injection.
The extraction equipment for Deathstalker venom is deceptively simple. Microforceps, a glass collection tube.
The microforceps deliver a precisely calibrated low-voltage electrical pulse to the telson, 9 volts, 0.5 milliseconds. A defensive Deathstalker scorpion orients its stinger toward the perceived within 0.3 seconds. The tail angle tells him the moon is. The Deathstalker scorpion's 8 eyes provide nearly 360-degree environmental awareness, but her primary threat detection. The redirection technique prevents the stinger from achieving contact angle with human skin. The scorpion's sting reflex requires a specific tail pulse, 9 volts, 0.5 milliseconds. The venom gland contracts involuntarily, the same reflex that fires during a natural sting. In slow motion, the venom droplet is almost incomprehensibly beautiful. 0.38 milligrams, below the expected yield for this subject today, despite the high tail angle. The scientist notes this in his logbook.
Post-extraction behavior is as informative as pre-extraction behavior. A Deathstalker that immediately retreats to shade after.
At full capacity, the 3-person team processes 20 Deathstalker scorpions per day, each scorpion extracted once every 3.
Male Deathstalkers yield approximately 40% less venom per extraction than females of equivalent size. However, male venom shows Deathstalker venom is stored at minus 80 degrees Celsius to preserve the protein chain integrity of its 150-plus compounds. This vial, LQ047F, was produced over 3 extraction sessions from 1 female Deathstalker over 10 days. Wild Deathstalker scorpions are collected under strict Moroccan Ministry of Environment quotas, a maximum of 100 individuals per year from the facility's licensed collection zone. Wild-caught Deathstalkers typically yield 30% more venom per extraction than facility-born individuals in their first 2 years. Outside the facility, the Deathstalker scorpion is simply part of the desert ecosystem, a predator of insects and small arthropods, itself prey to monitor lizards. She has no idea that her species produces $10 million per liter.
Raw Deathstalker venom is approximately 70% water. Lyophilization removes this water over 36 hours at
Pharmaceutical buyers require protein profile certification for every batch of Deathstalker venom. The Chlorotoxin peak must meet minimum area threshold.
The Moroccan facility's primary pharmaceutical buyer, a US-based company developing chlorotoxin-derived brain tumor detection agents. He has been offered positions at 3 European universities. He has declined each one. He says, the scorpions are here, the venom is here, the knowledge is here.
Deathstalker scorpions are among the most patient animals on Earth. In their natural habitat, they can remain completely motionless under a rock for up to 6 days.
والدي جا في نيجا.
تزيد في الغاتيماتيك بزاف.
شفتوا الماتش البارح؟
المنتخب ديالنا كان واطلر.
LQ-031F. 6 years old, the oldest Deathstalker at the facility and its highest producer. In 6 years, she has yielded 94.
LQ031F's pre-extraction behavior has been consistent for 5 years. She faces the scientist on approach.
Young Deathstalkers yield less venom not because their glands are smaller proportionally, but because their venom pressure is lower.
9.4 milligrams of raw Deathstalker venom. The equivalent dry weight, 2.8 milligrams, at pharmaceutical-grade pricing represents $28,000 of material value. These 3 vials will arrive at their destinations within 72 hours, packed in dry ice in a certified biological materials shipping container. As the facility closes for the evening, the wild Deathstalkers outside begin their night. They hunt, they mate, they wait. He drives 40 minutes to the nearest town every evening. He has done this for 15 years. In the car, he does not think about scorpions. Under ultraviolet light, the Deathstalker scorpion fluoresces a vivid blue-green, a property shared by all scorpion species and found in no other arthropod group.
There they are, 3 blues. Copy that. Logging position now.
Moves across the sand with surprisingly speed.
A female Deathstalker carries her young on her back for up to 2 weeks after birth, the juveniles clustering over her opisthosoma and metasoma. Juvenile Deathstalkers take 18 months to 2 years to reach extraction age. During this period, they are fed pinhead crickets every 5 days, weighed monthly, and behaviorally assessed quarterly. Meals. Diet directly affects venom composition in Deathstalker scorpions. The facility feeds exclusively laboratory-raised
leopards. The predatory deathstalk of the Deathstalker takes 40 milliseconds from initiation to contact, 8 times faster than a human eye.
The Deathstalker scorpion has lived in this landscape for approximately 40 million years, emerging as a distinct species after
%. The paper he is reading describes a chlorotoxin-linked fluorescent agent that, in phase 2 clinical trials, illuminated brain tumor.
Good morning. Another day. The same work. The most important work he knows how to do.
Day 2189. LQ031F arrived on day 1 weighing 1.6 grams, aggressive on approach, yield uncertain. She is now 6 years old, still 1.6 grams. $10 million per liter. 1 drop at a time. 3 people. 80 scorpions. 15 years.
Deathstalker venom yield follows the desert's temperature cycle with extraordinary precision. At 30 degrees Celsius, the facility's maintained temperature, yield is at peak.
Temperature, humidity, photoperiod, the 3 variables the scientist controls to optimize venom production. He has tested every combination over 15 years.
A loose lid is the facility's most serious non-extraction incident. In 15 years, 3 Deathstalkers have escaped their
UV light finds what the eyes cannot. In 3 escape incidents, recovery time averaged 22 minutes. The longest was 41 minutes. She writes, "The technique is entirely in the relationship." She will base her doctoral thesis introduction on this observation. The thesis, completed 3 years later.
Alors regardez la tension ici, c'est très délicat. Bah, je fiche, comme ça. Maintenant, essayez vous-même.
0.11 milligrams, the smallest yield in the facility's records for that scorpion. But the technique was correct: slow approach, proper contact angle, clean pulse. Delicious. Deathstalker scorpions molt their exoskeletons 6 to 7 times during their juvenile development and once per year as adults. The molt microforceps tips wear and require replacement every 200 to 300 extraction sessions. The stainless steel develops microscopic surface area 9 volts plus or minus 0.1. The tolerance is narrow because the consequences of deviation are asymmetric, too low, and venom is not expressed. Months. The lyophilization cycle runs from Friday evening through Sunday morning, 36 hours unattended. The freeze dryer has an life. The transfer from lyophilization flask to storage vials is performed under a laminar flow hood to prevent contamination and
15 years, 50,000 individual extraction records, approximately 2.8 grams of lyophilized Deathstalker venom produced. Every new scorpion at the facility presents a variation problem. No 2 individuals have identical Telson geometry or behavioral responses.
Hydration is the most critical variable in venom protein concentration. A Deathstalker scorpion that is 5% dehydrated produces venom with measurably lower chlorotoxin concentration. Annual compliance audit, sites permit verification, wild collection quota review, welfare protocol assessment. The facility has passed every audit since its establishment. Desert rain activates the Deathstalker population in a way nothing else does. Mass simultaneous emergence across the entire territory. The scientist has seen 4 such rain events in 15 years. LQ-031F. Rain day behavior, front glass orientation, elevated activity. Increase extraction priority for next session. Post-rain extraction day. The total by end of session, 16.2 milligrams. The facility's single-day record is 18.7 milligrams. LQ-00 died at 8 years old, a full natural lifespan for a captive Deathstalker.
Good night.
Geographic variation in Deathstalker venom composition is well documented in the scientific literature. What is not documented, because no facility...
She stops typing because she has seen the venom droplet form on the stinger tip. The pale gold bead, barely visible, representing $4,000 of pharmaceutical value.
Expansion means more scorpions. More scorpions means more logbooks. More logbooks means more knowledge accumulated. He wants this. But expansion also means the thing he built becoming something larger than the thing he built.
What he said, her left pincer is 3 millimeters lower than her right. She favors her left anterior leg, slight surface contact anomaly, reduce extraction frequency.
On the facility's best recorded day was 18.7 milligrams, 4 years ago after the heavy rain knew. The scientist wrote one sentence in the logbook summary. She does not know she is beautiful. She does not know she is dangerous. She knows the terrarium. She knows the substrate temperature.
Are the metrics for the Pandinus enclosure still holding steady?
Yes, right within the parameters we established last week.
He has watched this sunset most working days for 15 years. If the expansion happens, and he has not decided yet, he says one thing will not change. Every scorpion will be individually logged. Every extraction will be personally supervised.
Day 2200. If LQ-031F lives to her full expected lifespan, 8 years in captivity, she has approximately 720 days remaining.
$10 million per liter, in a white building, in a desert, produced by animals that have been doing this for 400 million years, collected by 3 people who have been doing this for 15. The Deathstalker scorpion will be here long after the clinical trials are complete. Long after the papers are published, one drop, $4,000, collected by hand, in the Moroccan desert, from the most venomous scorpion on Earth.